So we wanted to leave around 7:15 and get there around 7:30. We ended up leaving at 7:30 and getting there at 7:50. The race started at 8 o'clock, so we had 10 minutes. Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the video. So before we jump into today's video, I was going to say I hope you enjoyed the last video I posted for you guys about the Lou book recap. I really enjoyed recapping and rating that book for you guys. I really enjoyed sharing that entire series with you guys, and maybe you went to the library or bought it from my link down in the description, and possibly read it and liked it. I know I did, and I hope you guys loved it as well. So that is the end of that 4-book track series from Jason Reynolds, but I guarantee you more great book recaps are coming to you from soon enough, all about running. Yeah, guys, so that's probably going to wrap it up for this first part of the intro, and now let's jump right into the topic for today's video. So in today's video, we're going to be recapping Fudgicle Week 2. So again, as I told you guys, or as you guys know, we will be recapping what happened before, during, and after the race. I'll tell you guys what I ate for breakfast, some mishaps that happened during this race, and what the results were during this race. But yeah, so that's probably gonna do, and the weather for this race. Oh, the weather was terrible. But yeah, so that's probably gonna wrap it up for this intro. And now let's move into our first block of the video, the before the race block. Alright, guys, in this first block of the video, we're going to be talking about what happened before the race. So if you guys have watched any of my race recap videos, whether it be track, cross country, or road races, or any other race ever, I always tell you guys, I start off with, I eat a boba for breakfast, with some chocolate milk, then get all my warm, cozy clothes on, for this race specifically, get my family together, and we leave. So I'm just going to skip over all that, and let's get right to when we got to the high school. So we wanted to leave around 7:15 and get there around 7:30. We ended up leaving at 7:30 and getting there at 7:50. The race started at 8 o'clock, so we had 10 minutes to sign in, strip off or put on more layers, get our numbers on, and scramble over to the starting line for the start. So basically, we got to the school at 7:50, signed in about, I would say 3 to 4 minutes later at like 7:53, 7:54. We signed in, all 4 of us, me, my mom, my dad, and my sister. Went back to the car, stripped off or put on more layers, put our numbers on. And while they were still doing that, I told them I was going to scramble over to the starting line just so I don't miss it. And luckily I did, because 10 seconds later, once I got to the starting line, they ended up blowing the gun. And after the race, my dad told me my mom, and my sister all started 45 seconds back. That's a lot of time, especially when you're talking about if you want a good time for that race, you're almost subtracting almost a minute from your time. So my dad probably would have run like a minute faster than he did. But either way, he still got a great result, and everyone got a great result. So I was still really proud of him. But yeah, so once the gun went, we were off on our frigid, chilly, Tootsie, burning 5K. Yeah, guys, so that's probably going to do it up for our first block of the video. And now let's go into our second block of the video, the during the race block. Alright, guys, in the second block of the video, we're going to be talking about what happened during the race. So once the gun shot off, I got in my running in, and I got it started to run. And unlike last week, I didn't want to have to maneuver around people and get through everyone to try to get to the front. So basically what I did is I tried to get a quick start this week and hopefully get up to the front right away, just so I didn't have to maneuver and waste time trying to get around people and dodging cars. So basically, within the first 10 seconds, I made it up to the front and never looked back from that point on. So we ran down the first main road. There were really no surprises at all. Nothing out of the ordinary. Again, it was cold, but what do I expect when I sign up for a race called the Fudgicle? I mean, the race is called the Fudgicle. It's supposed to be cold. They run in anything. But yeah, so other than 0-degree temperatures, nothing was really out of the ordinary. We take the left-hand turn and we go straight down the main road, that second main road. Oh no, it was still part of the main road, I guess. But either way, that road you got a little bit more wind because that's more of like a main road. Like cars drive down that road more often. So basically, you got more of a drift off, more of a wind draft off that one, but not that much more. I mean, the only hard part about that was a few bumps, but normally they came with like a little downhill after it. So bump downhill, all nothing out of the ordinary at all. But yeah, so you turn the left hand once you got off that road. With all that wind, you turn the left-hand corner, and the wind basically stopped by that point, and I could see the mile marker at the top of that little hill that I told you guys about last week. And people who I passed walking on the course, they cheered for me, and I wish I could have cheered for them, but I could barely speak at that point, and I could basically only take in air and nothing else could possibly, I couldn't talk or anything because that would waste my energy. So basically I used my lungs to take in air, and other than that, I didn't talk really at all. But yeah. So I got up that hill past the 1 mile mark. I thought to yourself, all right, you're third of the way done. You can now, you're not relaxing, but at least you know you're a third of the way done. So I ran straight down the hill, all the way down that road. Nothing out of the ordinary. They either all the same. And I turned the left hand. The second main road comes into view. I'm on the second main road now. And the second main road, it's typically flat until about close to the end where there's a little bump. But it's when the 1 mile mark, it's the tiniest bump ever. So it's really not really noticeable, and it doesn't put a huge strain on your legs at all. But at that point, when you're when you're 1.5 miles in, when you're over 1.5 miles into a race, it is very hard to basically any hill hurts your legs. But yeah, but that went good. So I ran down that main road, went up the hill, took the left hand roundabout, and went straight down. I came to the next turn, left hand, and I saw the 2 mile mark halfway down the road. I reached the 2 mile mark, and I think to myself, this is the time you just have to start picking up the pace a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. I take that right-hand turn, or the right-hand roundabout type thing, almost like a horseshoe shape, and I'll run all the way down. Little bump up, downhill, up a tiny little incline, and then it's straight. I can see the last main road there, and I can see the arrow pointing that way. I run down that road a little bit faster each time, and with each passing step, I try to get a little bit faster. So basically, I got to the end, and I took that final left-hand turn, and I thought to myself, this is where you have to give it all you have. You literally have a little less than, you probably have, I think I have less than a half mile to go at that point, and you just have to go. So I just told myself, go. Reach landmarks, reach whatever you need, just get there quickly. So I passed that billboard to the condos on that street. I then took that right-hand turn, the wide right-hand turn. Then went around, saw the 3 mile mark, and I'm like, okay, you can relax now, but you still have to push. You don't relax too much, but you can relax a little bit. I went down that small hill, turned the left-hand turn, and then my body said, just sprint it all the way. Whatever you have left, you have to give it now. And I crossed the finish line, saw the clock that I had about 18:01 to 18:02. So actually, I improved my time from last week, so I was kind of happy about that. And then we waited and congratulated, and I waited for my dad and everyone else. Yeah, guys, that's probably going to do it up for this second block of the video. And now let's move on to our third block of the video, the after the race block. Alright guys, in the third block of the video, we're going to be talking about what happened after the race. So once I crossed that finish line, they took my number and my time, like they always do. The woman who was doing the timing congratulated me, and then I just kind of stood there for a little bit and waited for my dad to come, because all I could think about was, he needs to come. He has the keys. My feet are freezing. My whole body is tensing. My whole body is freezing. I need to feel the heat. So basically, I waited there, and the second place guy, Justin Daglish, came in, and he's like, do you want a coat because I think he showed me like shivering basically. So he was like, "Do you want a coat?" And I'm like, "No, yes." And then I'm like, "Oh no, I'm good," because I saw my dad coming in. And I was actually really happy for him because he upgraded his place from from fourth to third this week. So I was very happy for him. Yeah, so that's probably all I have to say for that. Once he crossed the line, I'm like, we have to go back to the car. I need to go back to the car. Like, I am freezing. I'm so cold. My feet are so cold. I need to go back. And he basically rushed me over to the car. We scrambled over there as quick as we could. And congratulated Justin Daglish and everyone else who had crossed the finish line at that point. I got into the car and was like, breathe a sigh of relief almost, because I'm like, okay, you finished, you're done, you finally get the heat, you've done the work that you have to do today, you can relax now. But yeah, so I was pretty happy this week, especially in that moment when I finally got to do that. I looked over Strava a little bit, played a little bit, watched a little bit of YouTube, and then I saw my mom, dad, and my sister coming back, and heard that my mom and my sister also upgraded place and time too. They had an amazing race, 1,000 times better than last week, so that was really, really good. And I was really happy for my sister and my mom and my dad, and I was pretty happy with my performance as well. So I was happy with everyone's performance today. Everyone seemed like they did a really good job. Again, I didn't really see anyone this week because I kind of went back to the car right after my dad crossed the finish line. But I believe that everyone had their best performances this week. Hopefully everyone improved this week or got the same results as last week. And yeah, so congrats to everyone who came out today and ran in this frigid cold weather. I know it wasn't easy, but we got it done, and I'm happy. After that, my dad needed a haircut, and me and my sister and my mom went to the Dollar Tree to get some goodies, and then we headed home to do some weight training. Yeah, guys, so that's probably going to wrap it up for this third block of the video, and now let's move on to our fourth block of the video, the special guest block. Alright, guys, in this final block of the video, as I told you guys in the last block, we're going to be having a special guest today. So maybe some of you guys guessed it down in the live chat. As I told you guys in the intro, maybe you can go guess who it is. But this is my sister Catherine, and Catherine in the Fudgicle 2 days ago had a great race. She improved on time and place, and she tolerated the cold better than any kid I've ever seen. So yeah, I just thought I would bring her in, and she can talk about it a little bit. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Catherine. Catherine?
Okay, so you heard Michael. So he talked a little bit about how I improved over week 1, and yeah. So I thought the race went pretty good. So the race went pretty good, and as Michael said, I improved with time and place. So I did much better than week 1.
All right, that sounds good, Catherine. And that's probably gonna finish up the video for today's guys. And yeah, that's probably gonna do it up for today's video. All right, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about what happened before, during, and after the race. I hope you enjoyed that special guest block. I am really hoping to have Catherine on the channel more now, and other special guests on the channel also. So more special guests coming to you soon, and hopefully we can get more videos with special guests on there. But yeah, so I am really proud of everyone who came out today, everyone who ran the coldest Fudgicle yet to date in 2022, week 2 Fudgicle. But yeah, so I'm really happy with everyone's performance, my family's performance. Everyone did an amazing job, and I'm super proud. Yeah, guys, so that's probably really all I have to say for that. Stick around for today's quote. I know you guys are going to love it. Once again, if you guys have suggestions, don't hesitate to comment down in the live chat what you would like me to share on this channel, and I will gladly do so. Yeah, guys, so that's probably going to do it up for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.